everyone, Rick here with the Ditch Pig. Another episode of Let's Fix a Chev. Today what we have on the agenda is taking the remnants of the dry shaft out, and we're gonna put in the old dry shaft, get that geared up so that I can move this thing around if I need four-wheel drive. I've got it. I just can't drive it on the road because it just vibrates way too much. So if there's a storm, I can't drive this, but I can always take the Yukons. So we'll get this tore out and put the old dry shaft back in, and Wednesday I can take a trip to the machine shop and see about getting that front shaft retubed. I'll have to look into the cardan there once I get it out and just check it over, make sure that everything's copacetic. So hopefully that is, and it's basically just a retube and we're good to go again. Also, I mentioned in one of the other videos about getting these headlights flipped over. I did that the other day, and now the low beam points where it's supposed to point. I'll post a couple pictures up here so you can see those. And I also mentioned about in the Christmas update there where I was going to put the rock lights, install those. I did get around to mounting two of them. The front ones here in the wheel wells. That's where I put them, one on each side, shining down like this. They're not wired up yet, but when I get a chance, I'll do that. And the other four, the 2x case and the two in the rear wheel well, I'm going to have to make a bracket for them, bolt on or weld on or whatever I end up doing to hold them. I don't really want the wires from the rear ones going up through the wheel well into the boxes. They're just going to get ripped off. So I'm going to build a bracket and then run the wiring underneath. So I'm going to get to work on this and get that shaft, the two pieces tore out, and the other one in, and then investigate exactly what happened to the cardan. Like I say, hopefully it's good, and just a retube. This here's my favorite part, taking all these little bolts out. It's just a blast. Alright, so we got that out. First step down. I did notice that the nut on this yoke is a little loose, so we're going to crank that as tight as we can get it. Yeah, that would have been good to have that back off. So the next step, take this off. That's all good. There's nothing happened to that. It just pulled out of the spline, so we're good to go there. Okay, so that's out. Now we'll just throw the other one in and we'll have four-wheel drive again. Okay, let's throw this old relic back in. Like I say, this one here, it's got a bad vibration to it. I'm not exactly sure what the deal is, but I did have the parts to fix it. I just hadn't gotten around to taking it to the machine shop to get the end yoke welded into it. So that might be something I have to do ASAP after I get that other one fixed, because it'd be nice just to be able to swap out and have a good shaft in that I can run in case there's a storm or whatever and I need to use the four-wheel drive on the road. So one thing that's kind of a blessing I just found, in my toolbox I had a 5/16 12-point ratchet wrench, and it just so happens that it can fit inside of that yoke, just barely, but it fits. So that's a huge time saver for this, because before it was just a short throw that I could get on this thing. I can't get much of a throw, but I can do it super fast. It's way faster. Okay, that's in. Should be good to go. Part of me wants to hop this thing and head back over to the sand pit, but my luck, the dry shaft will break again, and I have no dry shaft. Yeah, I think I'll skip that. Okay, I had to look at this cardan section, and the only thing I could find that was wrong with it was this little tab that holds the cap in place. Snapped off. So I gotta weld that back on. I don't know how well it'll hold, but that has to be there to hold that cap in place. Otherwise, as it starts spinning, that will pop out. That was the only thing I found wrong with it. So I have to tear all this apart to fix the dry shaft. But as I was saying before, I do have another one of these, a new one for the other dry shaft. So I'll take that to the machine shop, get them to weld that one in. So when I go to get the spare shaft fixed, I'll take this one in and they can tear that off and weld that in to fix the other one. And like I was saying before, this part here is perfectly good. There's nothing wrong with that. So we're good to go there. Alright everyone, that was just an update on the dry shaft and what we got out of the carnage from our little snow wheeling event. So the next step is take everything out to the machine shop and get the dry shaft retubed. And then I'll do this whole process over again, swap it back in, take the spare shaft, get that fixed. Then I'll have two shafts that I can use if one breaks. So between now and when the dry shaft gets fixed, like I say, I can limp it around in 4x4 if I have to. Just no road driving on it, so if there's a big storm or something, I can't go out touring in it. I can't really wheel in it either with that shaft. I mean, potentially it could go anytime, right? So, but between now and then, maybe I'll try and finish up those rock lights or possibly another project on it. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever turns your crank. And we'll see you in the next episode of the Ditch Pick Experience.